Good morning. Okay, day 76 today. My new world record, day 76. Very proud of myself. Sitting outside, isn't it beautiful? We're heading into autumn, but it's quite warm. So, yeah, I think cooler clothes today for sure. All right. Today we're going to do 5 days of eating, and I wanted to chat about how I'm doing on high-fat carnivore. I made a few notes, and I want to tell you about my vibration plate. Yes, for all the lipedema, the lippy ladies they call them. We call them lippy ladies. All right, how am I going on high-fat carnivore? I made a few notes. I've just got to tell you, hang on, wait. Hold. I'll do high-fat carnivore first, and then I will explain. Wait for it, it's coming. All right, I like it. I like high-fat carnivore, and I'm finding my sweet spot naturally. I've set a goal for 150 grams this month, for those of you that don't know. And what I'm discovering, because I'm doing my best guesstimate of how much fat I'm having, you know, I've educated myself and all that. I'm recording how much fat I'm having each day. And I'm finding that I'm hitting my mark, and then I'll have a low-fat day. And I think that could be very natural and normal. I'm calling it normal, and it's certainly going to be good for me because I can't face a lot of fat just consistently like that. That is just won't work for me. I'll end up vomiting. So I've got to go with what my body is telling me, right? Which is what everyone says on carnivore. Everyone says that, which is really cool. I love that. So I'm naturally finding my sweet spot. I've given myself that target of 150 for April, and then I was going to reassess in May. May, I wasn't sure whether 200 is the number that everyone throws around on the internet and just out there. I've learned that you've got to find your own. Get all the information you can, but then find your sweet spot. So I'm good at 170, 180. I'm not having a problem. Does that mean I'm going to go to 200? I don't think so. I'm not sure yet. We'll wait till we get to May. But I've just made a few notes. I'm finding my sweet spot. I'm having high days, mostly high days, and then I'll have the odd low fat day. And I'm not doing it intentionally. I am adding up my fat retrospectively. So I do not count my fat during the day and go, oh, I've got to hit 150 grams. I'm not doing that. I'm not counting that way. I'm counting it after the fact. I'm just eating what I'm wanting to eat that day, and then I'm counting it and I'm using it as research on myself because I'm so done with diets. I've done diets my whole life. I'm not doing all that. All right, so my second point is find your number. So I think I explained on my last vlog, you can, towards the end of my last vlog, you can go and have a look at it. I talked about magnesium and the journey I went on to find how much magnesium I need. And it's definitely different for every single person, which is why I suggest if you're going to try high-fat carnivore, you need to find your own number, the amount of fat that you need. And I will say this, I am sure that will change over time, even when you find your sweet spot. I have no expectation to find a number on carnivore. Let's just pretend it was 180 and then stay there for the rest of my life. I don't think that's realistic. I think our body goes through seasons. Even my daughter and I were talking about going into that deeper level of healing. We're in our 11th week. I think it's 11 weeks. And she's noticing things and I'm noticing things. So I think you can't expect everything to be static. You arrive in a happy place and it's a happy place forever. I don't think that happens. there's too many factors in our life that change, in our body that change, and then we have to rally and cope and compensate. All right, my energy levels are great. When I am feeling like, oh, I need something, I'm actually thinking of fat. It's the most bizarre thing. What comes to mind is my fat bombs. That's what comes to mind first, which I'm nearly out of, by the way, which I've been working. It's been a weird week. I'll talk about that when I get to the vlog, when I get to the food. It's been a weird week in terms of, I feel like I've been prepping food all week with little outcome. Interesting. I think it depends how you measure things, right? Okay. And the last thing, I've been experimenting this week with Wagyu. I'm now calling it Wagyu cream because I've whipped the first batch and I got a cream out of it. I did not get like, you know, when you whip cream, dairy cream, it is stiff. Now, I did not get that from the first batch. Now I've got 2 more cups of Wagyu fat there, and I'm going to whip those and see if I get the same result. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I whipped it when I pulled it out of the fridge and only let it sit for half an hour. I did not let it come to room temperature, the first batch, and it turned into a cream. It did not turn into a stiff. Now, there's nothing wrong with the cream. I'm actually going to show you what I'm doing with it. So it's actually quite ingenious, but I'm not sure if it all will go that way or whether it's just because of the temperature. So on that note, I will just show you this here. This morning, if you can see in there, that's my cup of tea this morning. And I added 3, I wouldn't call them teaspoons. I probably need to measure how much in a teaspoon it is, but I used my flat Nespresso spoons that I've got. Anyway, let's just say it was 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of Wagyu cream. And let me show it to you so you know what I'm talking about. All right. I've just been rolling it around. That's the lid. That's the cream. That's whipped and it's come like that. And that is, this is actually a jar I'm using for skincare. So here's my hand. Oh, it's just fantastic. And there's no smell. I haven't added any fragrance to it because I'm just trying it without. But I got 2 of these this size, and I got 1 big one. So this is half a cup. I got 2, so that's 1 cup. And then I got another one that's 1 cup. That's 2 cups. I got 2 cups out of it. And I'm doing an experiment. I've got one of these in the fridge. This one I'm going to put in my bathroom. Get the lid on. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And the other one, the 1 cup, I'm going to use, well, I was hoping to use it in my cup of tea in the morning, right? Because I want to see if I can change, if I can use my plant cream less, whether I've got a good substitute that I'm going to want to drink, actually want to drink, not make myself to drink. I'm not good at that. So this morning I put the Wagyu cream in here, blended it up. I'll show you the video. I like white tea. I like my tea look like it's got cream in it or milk in it. And it didn't look like that. So then I realized, you know what it does? It needs an emulsifier. So fat and water, they don't mix. The only way you can get them to mix is by putting an emulsifier. Now, an emulsifier has 2 molecules on each end. I think it's called lipophilic. I think something like that. It's been a while since I studied all that. It attracts a fat molecule on one end and a water molecule on the other, and that's what an emulsifier is. And so I thought, you know what, I'll get a bit of plant cream, I'll splash it in there. I'd already whipped it up, the tea, and it tasted fine, but it wasn't white, it was just still black tea, looked like black tea with fat in it. So I did a dash of plant cream, blended it up, and it has stayed emulsified this whole time. So I think there's sunflower lecithin in the plant cream. I think that's one of the ingredients. That's delicious. I've stopped drinking that because then I went, I know what to do. use an egg yolk. Egg yolk is where you get full of lecithin, right? Animal lecithin. And so just before coming out here and making this, I made, look at this. Wow. I've tested a few other versions with egg yolk. Don't really love it with plain egg yolk. That has almost an astringent quality to it as well as, but it's after the fact, right? That tastes creamy, delicious. I blended it in my NutriBullet blender, my bullet blender, whatever it's called. I'll show you. So I added the Wagyu cream. Trying to get the lid on. I don't know why the lid's not going on. It was fine. There we go. Nice. I added Wagyu cream and it was in the fridge, so it was firmer. Now, I don't want to get too firm that I can't get it out, so I'm just going to monitor it over the next day or two. 1 egg yolk, and I blitzed it up in the bullet blender. This is going to do it for me. Will I want plant cream sometimes? Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it. And I'm not going to get rid of it until, or if I want to get rid of it. So, anyway, how's that? That's pretty cool. Then, before we do 5 days of eating, let me just tell you this. I'm so excited. I've been doing a little bit of research. Oh, let me just tell you about liposuction for lipedema. Oh, I have been having excruciating pain this week on my right knee. It's been really bad. Oh, I sound very drama, don't I? Excruciating. It's been, when I get up to move, it's been pretty bad. Like, so much so that I don't want to move. Okay, so that I think that tells the story. It does for me anyway. Anyway, you do it anyway. I'm just saying to myself, I'm going to feel pain, and I get up, and then it gets easier as I go. But my left foot is starting to, I had had a few sharp pains. Anyway, we won't go into all that. So I've been doing a little bit of research about what sort of solutions. I've heard some people mention surgery, and I've sort of had a mini freak out on the inside, and so I've not explored it. But the other day, sorry if you can hear my neighbours. There's a lot of loudness going on over there. So I thought I'll just look into seeing what it was. And really the bottom line is liposuction, pressure, these pressure garments that that are either electronic or also you can just get like stockings and things to put around your legs. I'm about stage 3 or 4 on my legs, so I'm not hopeful of finding something that will fit my legs. Anyway, I bought a vibration plate, maybe 5 years ago. Anyway, and I lent it out, so I didn't have it. But I'm so excited because I'm getting it back on Tuesday. So today's Saturday, getting it back on Tuesday. And I've, I looked into the liposuction. Sorry, I think that's what I was telling you. I looked into the liposuction. It's not covered by Medicare, and it's quite expensive. So I'm not sure that I can do that right now. But I am very excited to be getting my vibration plate, and I've been researching how much time, and I really don't want to blow it. I don't want to mess up my knees. So all my research tells me I'm going to do 1 minute twice a day. That's going to be my goal. So just like I set my goal for my fat, I'm going to set my goal now. It's okay if I miss it. I'm saying this out loud for my benefit, not really your benefit, but my benefit. It's okay if I miss that goal, but that's going to be my goal every day. And I am going to video it. Wow, I've said it now, haven't I? All right. There is a difference between intensity versus speed. If any of you have lipedema and you're looking at a vibration plate, or you've got a vibration plate, this lovely lady, Debbie, she's got, I think the Facebook group's called Vibration for Fat Disorders, or Vibration Plates for Fat Disorders, something like that. Debbie Pelletier, I hope that's right. I'll look it up and pop it up. Editing Martine will pop it up. She's very good. She's been dealing 20 years. She's got lots of experience, and she really talks about the intensity. And the intensity is determined by how far apart you put your feet, not how much speed. Speed obviously adds, but intensity comes from that. So I'm going to be putting my feet as close together as I can, and I'm just going to do 1 minute sessions. Maybe, let's say, for all of April. That seems to be working well for me. For all of April, let's do that. And then I will decide what to do for May. I may do it in 2-week increments, maybe, we'll see. So that's my news on lipedema. I was excited about that. So let's do what I eat in a day.